This one wasn't so great. This was a lot of filling in gaps and opening up storylines. Let's talk about it.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Have and Have Nots. This is season 6, episode 2. I was a little disappointed because we're only 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks into this new season, and as I said, this episode wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of content. It was more filling in blanks and opening up storylines. So I'm like, really already? But okay. So let's just go through it. So this is not going to take very long. We start right off. I'm still laughing. We got Veronica upside down, turned, locked up in the car. Melissa's still sitting there looking at her, telling her, die, bitch. And then she had the nerve to say, I've never smelled frying bitch before. I said, child, that daggone Melissa is losing her mind. Just as the fire's getting brewing real good and it's starting to smell like a little hot dog and s'more little situation going on, here comes Benny and Mitch. So Benny actually saves her from the car and all of that. I'm like, okay, so we're just opening up another storyline. Benny, please go to the hospital with me. Whatever. Next, we got Jim and Oscar. Oscar goes, well, first of all, Jim is having another little bout with Broderick. And Broderick's like, this is not your credit card. He's like, so what? You know, remember when he has David's credit card. So they go back and forth. Finally goes in, lets him pay for the room with his stuff after he threatened him. He told, I'll burn this whole shit down. And they said, I know about you and my wife. You better quit it or I'll burn this whole shit down. I said, Lord have mercy. So anyway, Oscar comes up to Jim's room. Jim was actually watching TV before Oscar got there. And you see the DA, the Asian guy, who's actually handling things. And, you know, he got a hard on for Jim. Child, that's just the way it is. And he sees a woman. He says, I know who you are, the woman that was interviewing. And she works for the DA's office. There was a woman interviewing, and there was another woman beside the Asian dude. Her name is Sarah Duffy. I don't know what her whole situation is, but again, this is another open for another storyline. She works for the DA's office. Jim's like, I know her. I know you. It's like Sarah Duffy. He's like, So he tells Oscar, when Oscar comes in, Oscar tells him all about his leads on Wyatt and all of that. And yeah, I'm going to have the money back in like 2 weeks, whatever. So then he tells him, I need to get in touch with Sarah Duffy, but you got to keep it under wraps because nobody needs to know. Oscar didn't even answer questions. Okay, no problem, whatever. Another open for storyline. Then we got Wyatt. Wyatt wakes up. Anna done put it on him so hard to have he sleep. And when he wakes up, there's a guy there, and the guy tells him, well, Anna left. She felt like she was compromised, so she's left. So he's mad. He throws the guy out. Then he calls Anna and leaves her a message like, oh, this is how you do me? You just leave me? I'm like, whatever. Filling in some blanks. Just filling in blanks because now we got to put Anna out of the situation so Wyatt can go somewhere and get high again. Y'all know how it goes. And like I said, he fires the guy from the agency and throws him out. So he's just out there hanging out. I said, this is going to be a mess. Oscar ended up calling him and pretends to be somebody from down at the precinct, telling him about his credit card being stolen and all that, basically buttering him up. And of course, you know Wyatt's an idiot. So he's like talking to him and everything, but he's real arrogant like Wyatt is. And Oscar's like, okay, you little prick. That's okay. I'm going to get to you. So here we go, opening up more storyline. Oscar's working his way to get to Wyatt. Whatever. Let's go talk about Broderick. Broderick is a con artist. Broderick is working with another guy named Rocky, who works down at the hotel. Broderick's the manager. Rocky is an underling. They are basically running a prostitution ring at the hotel. And Broderick's new thing is he done found out what Catherine's worth is. And he has decided that Catherine's going to be his mark. He's going to get Catherine. I said, oh, another storyline. Whatever. Hannah is at the house. She has a leak under the sink. Catherine sent a guy there. His name is Derek. Derek comes and he's sharp, real cute, right up Hannah's alley. And him and her connect. While he's there, the Morgans up calling. He has to stay there at the house so he can fix the sink. There's some stuff they found down in the baby's pocket that was left at the morgue. She needs to come pick it up. Whatever. All we got to see really was that Hannah connected with Derek. Open up another storyline. Tyler's making room for him to move in his script. That's all. Then Candace runs into Oscar down at the bar. Right after she finds out that her room has actually been paid for 30 days. So 30 days she's paid at. Oscar's going back and forth, still trying to get her to make Charles her mark. And all of this kind of carrying on. They have their little back and forth. In the meantime, he gets a phone call, slips up, he's talking about Quita, Maxwell. Candace is like, okay, you talk to me, I'll talk to you. So now Candace is basically using Oscar to get to some of this stuff that she needs to do. Building of a storyline. See where none of this really went anywhere? This is just all nothing, really. Okay, so then we go and we got some classic Tyler. We got Justin and Jeffrey. Justin goes and gets Jeffrey out of the cell again and takes him in the room and tell me you love me and all of this. And Jeffrey's like, something about his wife. And he's like, don't say nothing about my wife, this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and on and on and on. And Jeffrey's not taking his advances. And he's like, have you gotten in touch with my dad yet? No, he's not answering my call because that's the unknown call that David keeps getting and he's not answering. And he's like, call him from my phone. He's like, I got your phone. Your phone's in my locker. He's like, call him from my phone. He'll answer my phone. So they're going back and forth. And all the while, Jeffrey's still not taking on to his advances and all of this, and it's just getting on my damn nerves. And before long, of course, Jeffrey's getting raped. That's just the way it is. You're sitting here in the chair, and you're like, I want to leave. Justin keeps straddling Jeffrey, and Jeffrey's looking at him like, this is so ridiculous. Please, I don't want to do all this. And next thing you know, we seen him unbuttoning Jeffrey's pants. I said, oh, he's getting ready to put his hands in his mouth on it, honey. I said, this is too much. Too much. Tyler, I'm getting like the other people now. Tyler and all this rape, because this is all molestation and rape. It's just ridiculous, child. I'm like, I done seen enough. Justin keep on Harvey Weinstein and that guy there going, Jeffrey. I'm just sick of it. Anyway. So then we go, and here's the one storyline open up that was just about to work my nerves. Charles and Landon. So there was this whole thing going back and forth. They have this conversation, and Charles has said, you're just here because of your job, and it's all about you and your job. And he's giving him, no, I really admire you, and on and on and on and on. And he's going back and forth. And I'm like, now, Charles, do you know that you're slickly underline flirting with Landon, or are you not catching that? I said, careful, because Landon is very much, he gets the lines blurred, and it's given, oh, I like you, you're a really nice guy, and he's given, oh, you really think so? Honey, that's how Landon get down. Landon's quick to suck a dick, honey, so I'm like, you better be careful, unless you really with it. But you've seen Landon in action, so I'm like, okay, what we already found out about Charles? Again, the open of another storyline, but this one, that sounds interesting. I said, child, Candace gonna beat Landon up for sure, honey. Anyway, move on. Candace and Erica. Erica's out there, of course, she's playing David like a fiddle. And Candace is getting in touch with her, and Candace told her, I want $100,000 by the next time I call you, or I'm going to blow all your shit up. That's just the way it's going to be. So Candace is basically now the new war when it comes to Erica. And Erica's like, well, how can I make you know that I'm so sorry? And this, that, and the other. I'm like, you got to die, bitch. That's all there's to it. But anyway, so that's all of that going on. Last thing. Benny goes to the hospital, so he's down there. He ends up running into Hannah. He's coming down the hallway. They got Veronica on the damn bed pushing her, and he runs into Hannah, and Hannah's looking like, no, you are not. And that's where it ended out at. It just was not very. It wasn't an exciting episode. It was just it was like a filler. We had to open up some lines and cancel out some questions, and that's all it was. That's all it was. All right, we'll get back to the good stuff next week. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Later.